me for a 10-day Stand with Israel tour through the land of Israel, October 2021. Come with me to get first-hand insight into Israel's fascinating past and promising future. I'll introduce you to the geopolitical, economic, and spiritual dynamics of a truly remarkable nation. Walk the ancient temple steps, sail on the Sea of Galilee, and so many more unforgettable moments. Return home inspired, renewed, and empowered. If you've ever dreamed of seeing Israel, this is your opportunity. With expert guides and important lectures at key sites, we'll be together in the comfort and safety of luxurious accommodations the whole time. Join me for a life-changing adventure to give you a renewed sense of purpose.
Join Dennis Prager and Mike Gallagher and travel on the Stand with Israel Tour, October 27th to November 5th, 2021. Register today at theanswersandiego.com. That's theanswersandiego.com. Reserve your trip now with no cancellation fees. For more details, visit theanswersandiego.com.
The holidays will be different this year. Also different is the way you have been and will be doing business. Adapting to the changes hasn't been easy, but never more important to succeed. Many of the digital resources available have helped overcome obstacles your business is facing, but are you using the full potential of every one of them? That's where Salem Surround can help. Your business needs to use digital tools more than ever to stay in touch with customers who are still making buying decisions this year and for next. Will they consider or even know about you? The marketing team at Salem Surround gives you the tools needed to stand out and be visible to current and potential customers online right now looking for what you do. We'll design a plan that targets and surrounds customers with proven marketing strategies. Contact Salem Surround for a free evaluation of your marketing plan and see how we can help place your advertising message in front of today's consumers. Learn more at surroundsandiego.com. Surroundsandiego.com, connecting you with new customers.
FM 96.1
North County,
AM 1170 San Diego. The Answer.
This program is sponsored by Dave Stahl. It's time to get educated on your Second Amendment rights. Welcome to 2 full hours of Gun Owners Radio. Your hosts, Dave Stahl, Joe Drammissi, and Michael Schwartz, will teach you about firearms, self-defense, and the laws that affect your rights to keep and bear arms. Visit gunownersradio.com with questions to learn how to become a sponsor of Gun Owners Radio and get involved. Together, we will win. Now here's your hosts, Dave Stahl, Joe Drammissi, and Michael Schwartz on The Answer San Diego.
All right, folks, welcome to Gun Owners Radio on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Folks, you got to get to YouTube. If you go to YouTube /Gun Owners Radio, you can see our smiley faces for 2 hours. Look at this. You're all dressed up, wearing a nice shirt.
I got a memo from management.
What is the memo?
Wear a nicer shirt.
Hey, folks, we got Joe Drammissi in the house as well. How you doing, bud?
Doing great. It's a great Christmas.
You have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Right.
This is the merriest Christmas I've had in a while. I haven't been that merry in a long time.
I don't think I want to know how merry you are. Well, this segment is sponsored by our good buddy John Dillon and the Dillon Law Group. If you have legal matters that involve firearms, then you need to call the attorney John Dillon. If you have questions about red flag laws, gun registration, gun transportation, or just maybe you need to know that your guns are California compliant, call our trusted firearms attorney, John Dillon. John Dillon specializes in California gun laws. Call him at 760-642-7150, or you can visit his website at dillonlawgp.com. And like I said, tune in to the YouTube live stream at youtube.com/gunownersradio. And if you'll do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and know us that you're supporting our show. Hey, learn to become a better self-defender with John Correa. You can join us at Cover Your Ass Week in March. You can learn with the best, online or at a live training class. Links to register are at the gunownersradio.com website, so please take a peek.
And January is Females and Firearms Month, which I didn't know until I looked at this.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, it's Females and Firearms Month.
I know now, though. That's why it's such a learning experience here. But if you know a female firearm owner, new or experienced, tell them to tune in to Gun Owners Radio. We'll be talking about Not Me SD, the DC Project, Hack the Gal, Bree Warner will be here joining us again, and more. So all that stuff's coming in January. So share the show with your gal with a gun or your gal that wants the gun. we'll make sure we get connected with the right resources.
Nice.
She gets connected with the right resources.
Awesome. I'm looking forward. And a shout out to our friends on Parlor, 2A Time, T-Bone Perkins, and Wrench and Barber. Shout out to you guys.
Cool. I can't get on Parler.
On Parlor, why not?
I tried. It won't let me.
It won't let you?
No,
It said anybody but Dave Stahl.
I don't know what I did wrong. I can't
All right,
get on.
well, we'll help you through it.
Yeah, I wish you would.
How was your Christmas?
It was awesome. I cooked for the in-laws.
Nice.
I thought of you.
Why?
Made a potato casserole with the onions and the potatoes, but I put a layer, 1 pound of maple bacon, cooked in Grand Marnier and maple syrup.
Yeah, a little ketchup.
No, I didn't do the ketchup.
No. That sounds delicious.
That sounds like a good idea.
I know, right? A little ketchup.
And instead of a cup and a half of cheese, I put 2 bags of sharp
Holy
cheddar.
cow.
And then I made mushrooms and onions in Grand Marnier, cooked in the same pan that the bacon was cooked in, and a turkey breast, a butterball. So,
You get any gun stuff?
no.
I didn't get any gun stuff.
I didn't
either.
get anything.
Did you get any gun stuff, Joe?
What did I get? I got sort of gun stuff.
Did you buy it
But
for
I
yourself?
gave gun stuff. I went against Sam's advice
Yeah.
last week, and I picked up a little a
You didn't
Ruger
get any gun
PC
stuff?
carbine.
I didn't get any gun
As much
stuff.
as we talked about it on radio,
I know. I think
Santa was sleeping.
did I get any gun stuff? I'd have to kind of. I
Boy,
really don't
you
I got
better-
Second Amendment stuff. I got a cool,
Oh, yeah, you got
one
a
of
really
those steel
cool,
flags.
was it a sign or a plaque?
I did. That's right. I got a really cool sign from Jim Miller.
That was really awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it was cool.
Where'd you nail it?
It's sitting in our living room right now. It's up against it in the living room. I gotta
Not
find
poking a hole in the wall yet.
So what'd you get, Joe?
So
Who'd you get that for? You got him the.
Well, what I got, my wife Nina has, ever since she's done the Women on Targets thing, has been raving about the PCC guns that she shot.
Oh yeah.
So I picked her up a little Ruger PC carbine. So I don't have it yet. I had to show her a picture of it, but but it is coming.
It's coming.
How cool
So
is
yeah,
that?
so hopefully that's good. If it gets her out there shooting and she likes it, that's a good thing.
That's definitely a good thing.
That's awesome. Well, I got a little organizer for the back of my Jeep passenger side chair. I got it's like a little Molly organizer for that. That's kind of gun stuff.
Yeah, what'd you put in there?
Nothing yet, but it'll have my first aid kit and
Oh yeah,
all the
smart.
special stuff.
Excellent.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a very cool show coming up. All kinds of really cool guests, including B. Jackson with Carrie Girl Gear. She's going to be in the next segment. We have a city council member all the way up in Orange County. He's going to come on and talk to us about all kinds of cool things. He's Mike Munzing. He's a big gun guy. It's nice to have legit real gun guys in office, and man, I'll tell you, he is like the elected gun guy in Orange County.
Wow, it's about time.
I know, right? Well, he's been around for a little bit, but he's Orange County has some really good gun people elected. I got to tell you, I think if it were if we did a little elected gun person tug of war between San Diego and Orange, I think Orange might win.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So, but anyway, he's going to talk to us. Of course, my nephew, Sam the gun guy, he's got a really cool question coming up.
You got one for him that you can stump him?
I've stopped even pretending that we might stump him. It's such a, he's so good at it. So, but I'm looking forward to hear if you got anything for Hanukkah for his, anything gun related, because I think he's got some. I think he might have gotten some cool stuff. So, and then Joe, you're gonna review the tactical stabilizer kit for Glock.
Yeah, for Glocks. Yeah,
You took it to the range and.
yeah, we had a ball. We had about 5 of us play around with that and shoot it. So yeah, it went real well.
That sounds awesome. Thanks for the invite. That's great. Thank you.
Yeah, that was really nice of you.
Hey, every Friday,
Could've
8
had
to
6.
12.
That's great. Yeah. So anyway, we got a really cool game. This is an awesome. I thought it was a really everything that's going on with COVID and all the malarkey that happened this year. I still think I think we all had I hope we all had a really good Christmas. I know I did, and everybody I talked to had a really great Christmas.
Right.
Yeah, had a great Christmas.
Well, you got to think positive.
Oh,
you know?
and you gotta make it. I mean, it's Christmas.
Right.
It's what you're gonna make it.
That's it.
You could sit at home terrified, or you could have Christmas. So.
Well, we had our 90-year-old mother-in-law and father-in-law, and I fed them and had a blast, and I love cooking for people anyway. So you're right. We could have just sat home. They could have stayed home, and, and it would have never been the same.
Well, that's what, we had. My son came up. My daughter came down from Hollywood. We had 2 Tommies, the Tommy the elder, Tommy the younger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just the usual little crowd, but we had a great Christmas. So.
Yeah.
I got Laura a little mini waffle maker, which
you
is
really?
really more of a present for me.
I got an air fryer.
Really?
It just dawned on me. Our very
So you can
dear
fry some
friend.
air.
I don't know. I told her she has to come over and show me how to, because the book's like that thick.
Wow. What do you just? I don't even know what an air fryer is, to be honest with
I
you.
don't either. But
Okay.
it's really
It's
cool.
for making food, or
Yeah,
is it a car part?
No, it
It
makes
also-
food. It makes food, and it's got a really small container, so it's like you might not be very hungry to make it. I don't know.
Can't wait to find out.
Couldn't put a chicken in it, so I don't know.
My favorite present that I gave, I gave Laura some really cool presents, but I got to tell you, my favorite present that I gave this year was I went over to Wendy's house when Exis, her husband's here, taking pictures today. I went over to Wendy's house, and I gave their 2 adorable little daughters dodgeballs.
Oh, that's a nice thing to do.
So if you know anybody with kids,
Yeah, that's a
get
great
them
gift.
dodgeballs because their parents will love that.
Well, it's either that or a drum set.
yeah,
Yeah, one of the two. The dodgeball. You gave them dodgeballs? What's the house look like now?
yeah, 2 adorable little girls.
Yeah,
Now that you've
2
got
and
that
4.
waffle iron, you could start a tradition because we've been doing Christmas morning pumpkin waffles since we're trying to remember how long. When do we start that? And none of the kids could remember. We've been doing it forever now.
Really?
But
See,
pumpkin
now
waffles.
And you got a whole
for
year to
Christmas.
practice.
Yeah. Well, or encourage Laura's practice.
No, you're so, yeah, but you like to cook.
I do.
No
like
Newskis?
No, we didn't do any Newskis this year. We should have.
I know. We got to get those honest advertisers.
I know.
know.
Newskis, we know you're listening.
Yeah, that's our challenge. All right, we're going to take a quick break. But, folks, we're coming back with a whole lot more right here on Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
All right. Looks like everything is good to go.
Fantastic. I can't wait to break her in.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just one last thing, and okay, we're all set. I'll see you in 10 days.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's 10 days, not a minute earlier.
10 days?
Yep.
Are you or a family member suffering from AGL? We can help. Visit us at www.stcgo.org or call us today. You are not alone.
Side effects may include peace of mind, fun, smiles, self-empowerment, pizza at meetings, weekly emails, an increase in freedom, frequent visits to your local gun range, and in some cases, gingivitis. Often not available in Australia, Japan, the UK, Germany, Papua New Guinea, and everywhere that isn't here.
Without someone doing something about it, it's not going to get any better.
Back to Gun Owners Radio on FM 96.1 AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hopefully all you folks watch Die Hard, best Christmas movie out. It was on Christmas Day. Almost everybody here watched it.
Yeah,
Almost.
I watched it.
I watched it.
Right next to Red Dawn.
I'm making little fists with my toes as we speak.
Oh, see, you do remember.
The soft carpet.
I know. And we do have nice carpet. Hey, folks, we are so proud to have the National Concealed Carry Association on as a 10-ring partner at San Diego County Gun Owners. NCCA exists to serve the Second Amendment community by providing a nationwide network of 2A advocates. Offer elite self-defense and concealed carry training from the nation's top instructors, and provide rock-bottom prices on the best selection of gear and accessories. Learn more about them at nationalconcealedcarryassociation.com. Well, I'm very excited about this our guest coming up next.
Me too. Our next guest, very special guest, is B. Jackson with CarryGirlGear.com. B, are you there?
I'm here.
How you doing? Good. Merry Christmas.
Happy New
Merry
Year.
Christmas. Yes, Happy New Year.
So you are the founder, creator of CarryGirlGear.com, right?
That's right. Yep.
And I love this. It says on your website regarding Carry Girl Gear, we create clothes for the open-minded who want to experience everything life has to offer, creating bad butt apparel for the modern patriotic chick. Our women's graphic tees are designed so you stand out wherever you are while remaining open to whatever's next, shouting your beliefs loud and proud from the rooftops.
That's right.
That's awesome.
That's great.
So tell us a little bit. How did you? First off, tell us about those couple of sentences that I just read. Why is that important?
I think for me, coming from shooting for a lot of years and kind of empowering myself and knowing that empowerment and confidence came from being able to protect myself. I think helping other women to do that, even if it's by a T-shirt that may make you feel proud or might start a conversation with someone that can, present a positive conversation about guns to get more women involved. That's what it's really about.
I've been into guns for, probably my whole life, but especially the last, I'm going to say, since high school. So that'd be like 30 years for me. And
wow.
in the I know I'm old. In the last, but I'd say in the last 5 years, and by the way, that whole 30-year period, everyone's been trying to crack the code on how to introduce more women to gun ownership, shooting sports, or whatever that means, just gun ownership in general. I would say in the last 5 years or so, that goal has been reached, and it is exploding. It's wide open. I mean, your entire website is dedicated not just to gun gear, but to gun gear just for women.
Right.
What do you think that is? What happened? What happened in the last 5 years?
I think more and more women are seeing the lawlessness kind of taking over, especially in the last 2 years. And then this real big push this year with the COVID-19 pandemic has kind of awoken the woman who may have maybe before depended on, I'll just call the police, or, my community's there, or my neighbor has a gun, or my husband's there to protect me. She's now seeing that she's the first responder between the bad guy, herself, and her family or kids. So I see more and more women every day. They're reaching out for local trainers and self-defense classes, but mostly, advice on navigating the laws in their state. There's, of course, too many waiting periods and infringements taking place all over the United States.
That's a fact.
The huge thing this year that I've seen is domestic violence during the pandemic for women is growing at an insane rate. Women know they have to have something to protect their kids, their families, themselves. And I'm also seeing more women teaching their kids earlier and earlier, which is so cool. The respect for the firearm, how to clean it, taking classes with them. It's pretty amazing. The sisterhood of women that is in the shooting industry right now is pretty awesome.
That is awesome. It is very awesome. I think it's extremely cool, and I'm very, very happy about it. So how did you get it? What's your story? How did you get into gun ownership, and then how did that eventually lead to starting this company?
So if you follow Carry Girl Gear at all on any of my socials, I talk a lot about my own story. And when I was 19, I went away to college, and unfortunately within that first time period, I was raped on my college campus. So, and that college didn't do anything to prepare me in any way to be ready to defend myself against any kind of assault. They actually took away my pepper spray that my dad had given me and gave me a whistle. Yeah. So I can tell you that this is still happening on campuses 20 years later.
That's horrible, and I'm sorry to hear that.
It's kind of pushed me through to where I am today, so I can help other women get through their stories. But thank you. So after the assault, I kind of left school, forced out of school, and met my husband. He's a veteran of the Air Force and an ex-cop. So he immediately introduced me to the shooting world, and I fell in love with it. And it allowed me to kind of get my confidence back, my power back. And I really do truly believe that if I were given the tools to carry a firearm on campus, it would have been him being rushed to the hospital that night, not me. I definitely feel like I could have saved myself. So through that part of my story, and also my extreme frustration with going to so many gun shows and seeing nothing for women, nothing, but maybe like one pink shirt somewhere tucked in the back, Carry Girl was born.
So what? And that's an interesting point. I don't think a lot of guys think about. What are some of the challenges faced by women that are entering the gun world? Why is it different? Why do we need to have different things for women than men?
What was not there for you?
I think for me, fortunately, I had a partner that was willing to really teach me and surround me with positive people to teach me. But in talking with women on a daily basis about getting them started, it's an intimidation factor. When you decide you're going to carry a gun, it's an important step. And a lot of people have that, I'm going to go into this boys club and I'm not going to be respected. And there's this real intimidation factor, a girl stepping into that world. It's intimidating enough just firing a gun for the first time. So having more females in the industry, more options for women, more of women for other women to talk to about getting into carrying a weapon, that's the important part. That really wasn't there 5-6 years ago. There's so many range safety officers now that are women, and firearms instructors that are women. It's making it easier and easier. And then companies like mine and A Girl and a Gun and Well-Armed Women and little sisterhoods out there now that are making it a lot easier. But 5 or 6 years ago,
we have this.
It's the information that was lacking. The reach out.
It truly, and it is different. It does resonate. The message resonates differently. We have this program called Not Me SD, hashtag Not Me SD. We teach women how to, if they need to purchase a gun, we pair them up with somebody. They teach them how to purchase a gun, how to get training, how to get their CCW. It's women helping women. And when the idea first arose, it was the idea is to help stop assault on women, sexual assault on women, domestic violence. And when that idea first arose, I would go around to some folks and ask them, hey, what do you think about this? And all the men I asked said, oh, no, don't do that. Talk to them about how it's fun and it's a sport. And I thought, I don't know a lot of women who are scratching their head going, gee, if I only had more, hobbies to fill my time, you know what I mean? But so then I would talk to women about it and say, well, this is what we're thinking of doing and why. And women were like, hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you know what I did? I stopped listening to men about it, and said, "You guys just go off in a corner here." We got a bunch of women in charge. They built this thing out, and it's been really, really successful, and it's been resonating with women for that very reason. That hey, it's not just about pink guns and looking pretty. That's a relic of the past.
A bonus, yeah.
It's a relic of the past. So talk to us a little bit more about some of the products that you feature that are just for women.
Well, we feature, of course, our favorite graphic tees and our message tees, but we also do range bags and ear and eye protection that are just for women. They're smaller, so they're going to fit a woman's face a little bit better and a woman's head a little bit better than, a men's pair that you pick up at Academy. So, and everything that is on our site, we've used, we recommend, we have given to trainers to make sure they recommend, so that I know that they're like female tested and approved, right? So that everything that we're offering is for women. Now, there are a lot of women who like the men's stuff. So we cater to that stuff too. You know, they like the camo and we don't offer actually a lot of pink stuff. A lot of the girls don't want it. You know, they want the cool stuff, you know. So we really try to find specific products just for women. And then we've branched out a little bit this year, and we now offer the NRA Refuse to be a Victim class to all of our women as well.
Nice.
An online class. So because Carry Girl Gear, I always say it's not just clothes. It's a mindset. And I hear a lot of women, they're just not ready to carry, and that's totally cool. I kind of want to get them out in like some starter stuff, which might be some personal non-lethal everyday carry options, so they can like boost their confidence. So we offer some smaller knives and some pepper spray and taser options and also where they can get trained to use those, because of course you never want to carry anything and not be trained to properly use it. So we start out with that if you're not quite ready to carry a gun yet. And it's all about building that situational awareness and confidence and getting them into training. And I will say a lot of women there, they want their first inclination is protection, right? Just like you said, they want to protect their families. But once they get going in it, boy, it's awesome. They love it. And it becomes like that cool sport for them.
I agree. Totally agree. Yeah. I totally. I still carry pepper spray with me, and inevitably, if I ate at a restaurant, I would leave that as part of their tip, because I'd always take it out, put it on the table, and usually the waiters didn't really ask me about it. But waitresses would always ask me about it, and I'd say something funny like, "Oh, well, it's in case I have a, Caesar salad emergency," and it'd start the conversation. So we're talking with B. Jackson from Carry Girl Gear. We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, we're going to have a lot more. So I really appreciate you being on the show with us.
All right, this is Gun Owners Radio on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Welcome back to Gun Owners Radio, educating you on your Second Amendment right. Now, here are your hosts of Gun Owners Radio, Dave Stahl, Joe Drammissi, and Michael Schwartz on The Answer San Diego.
All right, folks. Hey, welcome back. This is Gun Owners Radio on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Well, the California assault weapon law makes it almost impossible to own an AR-style rifle. So what's the solution? You need to buy a Cali key for your rifle. Cali key converts any mil-spec direct impingement AR-15 or AR-10 into a bolt-action rifle so it can have all the features without being considered an assault weapon. It's a true drop-in solution. No milling, no aesthetic modifications, and no turning off your gas system. Keep your entire AR collection intact at a price you can afford with Cali Key. Check out Cali Key at CaliKey.com. That's KALIKEY.com. Hey, and for all of you folks watching our show on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe button. We would highly appreciate it.
All right, we're talking to B. Jackson from CarryGirlGear.com, and we were talking all about the differences between men and women and what they have to deal with when they enter the shooting sports and gun ownership. And Joe, here in the studio, had a question for you, B.
Sure.
Yeah, hi, B. You were mentioning a little while ago, or in the last segment, that sometimes you'll talk to women, and as they're coming through all this, sometimes they say they're not quite ready to carry yet. And I was wondering the reason. What do you hear from women that say that, and then how do you address that or work through it? Because it seems like it's something. It's sort of like do you carry with a round in the chamber? A lot of people start out intimidated by that, and it's something you have to work through. And I was wondering how you kind of address that.
Well, for me, it's getting them used to carrying something. So usually I recommend I refuse to be a victim class because it teaches you really easy to understand methods that teach you awareness and how to prevent criminal confrontation. So little things like self-defense devices that are non-lethal you may start to carry every day, or home and cybersecurity, and when you travel, how to be safe during that. So it kind of gets you into the mindset first. And then maybe you might want to start carrying a pepper spray. And then, okay, I'm feeling kind of confident with the pepper spray, and I've done some training classes, or maybe I've gone to a self-defense class. So, and my job, that the most important part of my company is finding a place for them to go. So we have people that call in and people that message me from all over the country. And I try to team them up with local trainers that are females that have been recommended to us, local ranges that have a female gun-only night, like a shooting night, maybe a club nearby, like a girl in a gun club that they can get involved in. It's really about connecting them with other women so that they can start to feel that confidence to maybe in 3 to 4 months, yeah, I do want to get my concealed carry, and I do want to buy a gun, and I do think that's important. So it's really just staying in touch with them, communicating, just like your team of women are doing in San Diego. And same thing, just following them through all the way to the end, not kind of giving up on them and, sending them off to someone and forgetting about them. Really kind of teaming up with them to find them the best thing that works for them. And some people never carry. They decide that what they're doing now is enough. But some people go all the way through to even competing in shooting competitions now. So it's really about communication with every woman's different. They all have their own wants and needs and what they want and what they feel comfortable with, just like one in the chamber. When I first bought a gun, I was like, whoa, I told my husband, I need a safety, babe. I need a safety. I really think I need a safety. And I walked out with a revolver. So, you never know.
So talk to us about mindset. What does that mean? What does it mean to have the proper mindset, or what is the specific mindset that you're referring to?
I think it's being aware of your surroundings. And it can be as little as like when you're walking out of a grocery store, put your bags in a cart, put your purse down, get off your phone, have your keys ready when you're going out to your car, open your car doors a certain way, put your groceries in, don't put your back towards the door. I mean, it can be as little as those little things that can help you survive in a moment of being possibly assaulted. So it's just taking really small steps and having that situational awareness, head on a swivel kind of mentality to make sure that you're being safe and giving yourself every opportunity to survive and to be safe and get through your day without incident.
I think you're exactly right, and I think you put it really, really well. I think it also is the mindset change that a person goes through when they realize I have to protect myself.
Right.
And that
Absolutely.
this firearm is the tool that allows me to do that. I think that we were talking a little bit in the first segment about how so many women are into firearms, and one thing that you mentioned was how many women are teaching their kids firearms.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the first reaction to that is people think, well, women want their kids to be safe. But I also think that one of the things that's happened in the last 10, 15 years is there are more single moms in the United States than probably any other time in the history of our country.
Absolutely.
And the reality is that mom, in so many ways, has to be a dad and a mom. And whereas I think that a lot of times the role in our society of the dad was to teach him, how to the firearms world was kind of the realm of the father, but with the mom having to be father and mother, it's kind of falling on them to do that. The realization that, hey, I have to protect myself. I have to teach my kids how to protect themselves. I don't know. Am I onto something at all there? I was thinking about that during the commercial break.
No, that's 100% right. I mean, I think probably 65% of the women who reach out to me are single moms, and single moms with young children. 4 or 5 and under. And a lot of women are signing up now to our classes and reaching out for training. There's a company called Mama Bear Defense, and they do training with mothers and their children. And we also do our Refuse to be a Victim class for children as well. It kind of gets them, in that, don't talk to strangers. We have a gun in the home. Where is it? We have a home defense plan. So if something ever happened in the home, this is our plan. We're going to practice it. So I think you're dead on. The single mom is definitely taking on that role of protector that is usually, 15 years ago or would be the father in the home.
So your website, carrygirlgear.com, is training and advice and that kind of informational aspect. Is that a part of the website, or does that kind of a natural progression of selling women specific gun gear?
It was always where I wanted to take the company. I didn't know that it would turn into this like badass sisterhood right away. It really morphed itself into really naturally into what it is today, because people really wanted the information and they didn't know where to get it. And I'm very glad to pass on business to other female instructors and other female classes that are going all over the United States to get that girl armed and get her confident and protected no matter what. If I lose business, who cares? I just want them to get the information that they need. So we do it for free. You call us up or go on our website or ping us and say, hey, B, I'm in New Jersey and I can't find anyone around me and I don't even know where to start. And then we take you kind of where you need to go, and we won't stop until we find something for you.
Nice. That's awesome. So what's the biggest advice, or what's the most important advice you have for a woman who's a brand new gun owner or wants to become a gun owner?
Don't wait. Don't say, I'm going to do it next month. Don't say, I'm going to do it next 6 months. I can't do it now because I'm pregnant. I can't do it now because I'm, the waiting is too long, or I don't know how. The first step, everyone has a first day of everything, right? In their life, everyone has that day one. So I would say don't wait. Reach out to your local ranges, reach out to me, and we'll help you get started. And it's not as scary once you get into it. Once you get past that day one, I guarantee you, I've never had someone say, I don't like shooting and I'm not coming back ever.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we have these educational shooting socials that we do where we work with brand new shooters, and honestly, we've had literally in the past 5 years, literally thousands of people. That's not
amazing.
That's not hyperbole. We have had thousands of people who've never touched a gun before come through our shooting socials, and nothing but smiles. I mean, it's really amazing.
It's very empowering. It's very, especially for a woman, and me coming from that kind of survivor place that I was when I started shooting. It's very empowering to know that you can save your own life, and you can walk around and know that you're trained and prepared and ready. And you don't have to depend on anybody. You just depend on yourself. It's an awesome feeling.
We even opened up. We had one of these shooting socials just a couple weeks ago. We opened it up to the public. You know, hey, if you want to come and learn from someone who's experienced, just come on down. We'll get you all squared away. And my employee and I realized that one of them were all women, and it wasn't like we targeted, like, hey, this is a women's only shoot or anything like that. We just opened it up to the public, and it just so happened, and it wasn't like one group of 10 women or whatever. It just happened that all the people that responded, they were all women. They all wanted to learn. So we actually at the last minute got a couple of additional mentors. We have a lot of mentors that come down and shoot that are women, but we got a couple of additional ones that were women just to accommodate a little bit. You know something else just occurred to me, Joe. We have 5 people working for our organization. 4 of them are women. You realize that? We have 4. Didn't even think about that.
You just now realized
I just now realized that. No wonder we're so good at everything, right?
But it takes that many to keep you in line.
That's right. Okay, so last thing we want to make sure we get this out there. You are offering a discount code. If you go to Carry Girl Gear, and tell us a little bit about it, B.
You can go over to carrygirlgear.com or any of our socials at carrygirlgear. And use code GORADIO. And I'm going to leave it open indefinitely for you guys, so you can get 15% off.
Wow, thanks.
Anything, even our sale items. So head over, and you can also use that code to sign up for our January and February Refuse to be a Victim online classes. So head over to carrygirlgear.com, and also ping us if you need help finding an instructor or range near you, or just need help getting started, or just want some advice on what kind of holster to buy, or whatever you need. We got you.
Thank you, B. So that's B Jackson with carrygirlgear.com, and 15% off. Enter the promo code GO Radio. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks, B. That was a great interview.
You.
Hey, and have a great
Guys,
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, and we'll be talking to you next year. I got a sneaky feeling.
All right. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year. All right, we're going to take a quick break. You folks are listening to Gun Owners Radio on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hello, I'm Garth Blumenthal.
right, folks, welcome back. You're listening to Gun Owners Radio right here on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, Seal One is our newest sponsor. Clean, lube, and protect your guns faster and easier with Seal One. Seal One CLP Plus is an all-in-one solution that cleans, lubricates, and protects your gun. It's also natural, non-toxic, and environmentally friendly. Seal One was founded by a Navy SEAL here in the San Diego area, and all their products are made in the USA. Seal One is also a strong supporter of San Diego County gun owners, so we are very, very proud to have them on board. Clean your guns faster and better with Seal One. Use the code GOR25 for a 25% off your first order on their website at seal1.net. Hey, you've got, oh, by the way, somebody texted me, want to know if we're on Parler.
Yes, we are on Parler.
Okay, as we all look around.
As we all look around for Rich to tell us what we're definitely on Parler.
Okay,
so
so
I guess
I'm
just
going to take a moment and tell this person that we're on Parler.
Please do. And also, if you're on Instagram watching us, a big shout out to Stretch Tactical, Brook Arrows, Click Click Pedal Pedal, and Ghost Hammer 4. Big shout out to them. Hey, we were just talking about Seal One. I finally used the Seal One on my. I tried it on my Glocks first. Did you use it yet? The paste?
No, I want to use it on the 1911 though. That's what I'm waiting for.
So I got to tell you, before we get into, we're going to talk a little bit about the year in review here and what's coming up. But before we get into that, I used the paste because I was nervous about the paste.
Did you heat the gun up?
Well, so I
quit jumping in.
Yeah, I know. So you're always stealing my thunder. No. So I used the paste. I got a brush, and I used the paste all over the Glock, all in there, and scrubbed it all in there and everything. And he told us that it melts, 104 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So I ran it under hot water. I got it all pasty, and scrub, got all in the little,
under hot water.
And then just put it under the sink, at least 104. I got it as hot as I could stand it, under the water.
Yeah, because you're holding it.
Yeah, and it all, all the paste went away. It was perfect. And then after that, it was perfect. It was perfect. Somebody told me. Somebody said to me.
How'd you dry it?
I just shake it and dry it. Get a little air compressor.
It's a Glock. You don't really have to dry it.
Well, okay, so somebody said to me, aren't you afraid that it's going to rust? And I said, if I run my Glock under, the fluorinated water that comes out of my sink and it rusts, I'm no longer a Glock guy, you know? So that
would be my concern, running it underwater.
No. It was perfect. So it's perfect. Seal One, really, really nice. If Dwight, if you're out there listening, that's probably not how you recommend. I know you have better videos on your website, so go to Seal One's website and he'll teach you how to use it correctly. But it worked really well for me, so
I got to
get
let
everybody to know. All right.
But you like the paste?
So I liked the. Here's what I like about the paste. You get it on all the little tiny parts in your Glock, okay, and then it sticks there, right? So it's not like liquid where it just kind of runs. That paste sticks there.
Yeah.
So you scrub it. It stays there, and then rinse it. I did it twice.
What about What about something other than a Glock? Say a Smith & Wesson.
Well, I've only tried it on Glock so far. Oh, that's not true. Tried it on my Glocks. I tried it on my KSG. Both went swimmingly. So next, I'm going to do my AR.
Because I got to do my Smith & Wesson.
Well, I'll let you know. I'm going to do it on the 1911 here, and got it for sure this week.
There you go.
But I'm not putting mine under the water.
You're not going to put it under water?
I don't think
Too many
people.
Do? I'm not saying you're doing this, Joe, but too many people treat their guns like they're made of hard candy or something. I went to a shotgun class once, and all the shotguns were out on the rack. It started to rain a little bit, and oh my gosh, people were just dancing around. Oh, what am I going to do? Guys, it's metal. It's a tool. Everything's going to be okay. So anyway.
So, yeah, like I said, my Glock, I would have no problem throwing it in the sink or whatever I wanted to do with
Dishwasher?
It. Yeah, I think I'm a little more touchy with the 1911. Probably, there's probably no reason to be. But
we're going to find out.
We may.
He's all right. So we're supposed to talk. We're supposed to do a little year in review and then a year in preview. And I wanted to read you guys. So Rick is our PR guy. He helps us with our PR. He does all the media communication. And I just pulled a quote from him with what he's trying to. We asked him what he's trying to accomplish by talking to the media. Was the gist of the question, and he said, I thought that was great. We're trying to influence public opinion and trying to correct misconceptions by telling the truth about what's going on.
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? So I thought that was really, really well put. It's kind of
Is that your PR guy?
That's our PR guy. It's
not this guy.
No, it's our PR guy, Rick, and he. That's
excellent.
It's kind of what we're doing here on Gun Owners Radio.
Yeah, we've been trying for 4 years, going on 5.
Yeah. So let's talk about what happened, what's happening. Little review. It was a horrible year for a lot of reasons, but for Orange County gun owners and Riverside County gun owners and San Bernardino County gun owners and San Diego County gun owners, it was actually a really good year. Orange County continued to build their membership.
Yeah.
They endorsed a bunch of candidates and helped a bunch of them get elected. They continued to have a Second Amendment discussion once a month on Zoom. They moved everything to Zoom because we couldn't meet in person anymore. So Orange County's plotting right along. Riverside County doubled in size. They're doing a fantastic job. We met with some city council members. We attended some city council meetings before the restrictions kicked in. They started teaching their CCW, how to get your CCW class. A lot of people are responding to that. They had their 1-year anniversary. We had Sheriff Bianco, that we all love. We all love Sheriff Bianco. He's a really great guy. He came to the 1-year anniversary. San Bernardino started this year and got over 100 members in less than a year.
Wow.
Which is really amazing. San Bernardino is doing a good job. San Bernardino, despite being really, really young, produced a voter guide and got a bunch of people on the voter guide elected, which we're very, very proud of. And San Diego,
I was going to say, how'd we do?
We did amazing. We signed up over 750 new members in the year 2020.
Wow.
Over 750 members.
What are we up to now? Because my math is terrible.
Over 2,400.
Remember when all you were praying for was 1,000?
Well, I didn't know at the beginning. I didn't know what to pray for. That first year, I don't think we signed up 400 people in the first year, maybe 400.
Now you're over 2,000. That was the next goal, 2,000.
Yeah. So
we could just get 2,000.
Yeah. So now 2021, our goal is 1,000 new members.
Yeah.
So we're going to go from it's about 750, just over 750. We're going to kick that up to 1,000 new members in preparation for the 2022 elections. That's the idea. So everything you do in an off-year election, hey, Mike, you guys are a political action committee. What do you guys do in off-year?
What are you going to do?
We prepare for the elections. We get bigger. We get more powerful. We get more members. And
2022 is just right around the corner.
It really is. It's right around the corner. It's not even 2021 yet. We're already thinking of 2022. But that's So we got, during COVID, during this horrible pandemic and the ridiculous shutdowns, we kept the gun shops open. The county wanted to shut the gun shops down. They said that no, they did not consider them essential. We pushed back on them and got them to stay open long enough for the Trump administration to spell it out that yes, they are. We're very, very proud of that. And you can only do that through relationships, through power, with members. We started having our monthly meetings on Zoom. Those have been well attended, but I can't tell you how successful the new CCW applications have been going. Now, bad news on that, they're slowing way, way down. So it's going to take longer to get your CCW, and I don't think that's going to improve in the year 2021. I think we're probably going to have to get through the year 2021. We're going to have to get some kind of resolution with COVID. But they're understaffed. They simply can't take as many applications as they could because of the COVID restrictions, and they're doing their best, but their best is not getting through the
plus you got an awful lot of people applying for CCW.
And we have an awful lot of people applying for, which is good news. That's excellent news.
That's excellent.
So we're doing a fantastic job. We're growing. We're getting things done. We're very, very proud of that. Next year, what are we going to do? Well, it's going to be even more of all the good, same stuff. In San Diego, you're going to have over 60 opportunities to do a tabletop at gun shops. We do these informational. Have you ever seen those, Dave? Mm-hmm. It's like a little booth like we used to do at the gun shows.
Oh, yeah. I seen where you posted on Facebook and Instagram.
But we do them at the gun shops. We have 60 of those scheduled for 2021. 60 of them.
If you ever need my help on those, all you got to do is let me know.
Okay. Well, so if you want to help.
You can only do Saturdays.
Okay. That's all. We usually just do them. We do them Fridays, Saturdays, sometimes Sundays.
I can do Friday.
If you want to help, you have to go to sdcgo.org/volunteer. Now, here's the exciting news for 2021, because you can sign up right there online. Hey, I want to do this slot, this time, this gun shop, whatever, and we'll train you. You're never going to be alone. You're always going to have guidance and training. But the cool thing is, we're going to raffle off a gun every quarter this year, and the way to get into the raffle is to work a shift. So you go down and volunteer your time, half a day, 4 hours, and that gets you one entry.
Just 4 hours?
Yep. So San Diego County Gunowners.com or sdcgo.org. Then visit our volunteer section.
Volunteer.
Join, volunteer, be a part of the solution.
Yeah, don't be part of the problem. All right, folks. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. Top of the hour. It is Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
All right. Looks like everything is good to go.
Fantastic. I can't wait to break her in.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just one last thing, and... Okay, we're all set. I'll see you in 10 days.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's 10 days, not a minute earlier.
10 days?
Yep.
Are you or a family member suffering from AGL? We can help. Visit us at www.sdcgo.org or call us today. You are not alone.
Side effects may include peace of mind, fun, smiles, self-empowerment, pizza at meetings, weekly emails, an increase in freedom, frequent visits to your local gun range, and in some cases, gingivitis. Offer not available in Australia, Japan, the UK, Germany, Papua New Guinea, and everywhere that isn't here.
All right, folks, welcome back to Gun Owners Radio on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Well, self-defense and emergencies can happen to anyone, and unfortunately, the justice system may not be on your side. If you have taken training, then you know you should have coverage for the legal battle after your self-defense battle. While you protect your family and property, U.S. Law Shield is here to defend you 24/7, 365 days a year, with a comprehensive self-defense coverage at an affordable price. Bad guys don't take days off, and neither does our coverage. Guess what? Gun Owners Radio listeners, you can get a free T-shirt when you join. Just use promo code GUNOWNERSRADIO at uslawshield.com. And if you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor and please hit the like and subscribe button. It'll be wonders for our advertisers. Hey, Joe, what do you got for us today? Something about the ammo shortage, hoarding, or being prepared? And we know you're a hoarder.
Yeah, it depends on who you talk to. But yeah, we got to. We're going to talk about the ammo shortage a little bit. But before we do, got a couple of YouTube shout outs to KYL64, John Theodore, and Dr. Exotic.
Dr. Exotic. I think that's my buddy Jeff. He's a member of ours.
You're
I think
not
he's
supposed
a
to
he's
give
a vet.
that away.
Oh, I'm not supposed to. Oh,
No,
sorry.
that's a-
Sorry, Jeff.
Christmas present's coming.
That's why they say Dr. Exotic, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, the ammo shortage. Those of us that shoot are experiencing an ammo shortage. Those of you that don't shoot probably haven't noticed it.
Right.
But ammo has been tough to get for probably the last 6 months or so, and that's likely to continue for a while. And, I was reading different articles and things, and some gun writers are writing about or kind of complaining about people hoarding ammunition. And, so the question comes up is, okay, is buying, a fair amount of ammunition, is that hoarding, or is that just being responsible and preparing?
Now, hoarding is when you buy enough ammo you can't get through the rooms without going down that little skinny walkway.
Well, everybody's got to have
hoarding.
Everybody's got to have a goal to shoot for.
That's hoarding. Trust me, I know.
Because it's interesting too. There's this has been going on for a while, and there's been a lot of chatter, I guess, on the internet with conspiracy theories, thinking about the the gun or the ammunition manufacturers are doing this on purpose, and they're holding back ammunition, and they're only selling to certain customers and things like that. And none of that's really true. I don't believe. Gary Brennan from the San Diego County Wildlife Federation sent out a video. Did you get that, Michael? Did you see the video?
President of the
CCI,
yes,
Remington, Spear?
Yes.
And
thought it was really well done, and it was a really good explanation.
And it was great. And I linked to it in the article. But the president of these gun companies came out and said, basically he said he's tired of getting all the hate mail and all this stuff, accusing them. And he went out and he laid it out really why you're seeing this, the shortage. It's kind of a perfect storm of things that came together. The first thing is, we had all the unrest for a lot of the year that the government refused to respond to for whatever reason. We have the COVID stuff going on, and all of that influenced, what do we have, 7.2 million, I think, new gun owners since March. And he was saying, just conservatively, if each of those new gun owners bought 2 boxes of ammunition, that's 700 million rounds of ammunition that got dumped into the demand side, I guess, of the market, since March. And
because 50 rounds a box, so that's 100 rounds.
Yeah,
100 times 7 million.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a lot of ammo.
And
that's a ton of ammo.
That's more than John Wick uses.
And he was saying, they're working round the clock as hard as they can. He walks through, and the video is about 5 minutes long, and he walks through one of their facilities, and they're showing you, here, we're making all this stuff as fast as we can and getting it out. But, because of that demand, plus the COVID stuff, the overreaction of the COVID has been just wreaking havoc with suppliers for materials and stuff and things like that. You have somebody, test positive in a factory. Now it shuts down part of the factory for a couple of weeks. And they've all been struggling with that kind of stuff. So it was a combination of those things that I think caused this. It's not a conspiracy or anything like that. So then the question becomes, okay, so how do you deal with this? Because gun owners, longtime gun owners like Michael, you've probably experienced this, where longtime gun owners know that we see these shortages for different reasons from time to time, every 5 or 6 years or something.
Yep. 9/11, Obama got elected, the registration for ammo. 9/11 was the first one I experienced. And after 9/11, there was a huge ammo shortage.
And these things last anywhere from 6 months to a year or more.
Yeah.
And you could see with this one, too. We're 6 months into this one now. It doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon. I mean, this will probably go into at least the spring. And then once it does come back, it's probably going to take a couple of months for prices to come back down and things to stabilize a bit. So the question is, okay, do you buy ammo when things are normal, which I think you should? Because my opinion, the hoarding, being prepared question, to me, it's not hoarding at all. It's being responsible and being prepared. And, you have to think about, okay, how much then ammunition do I need? Because it's not like, I have ammunition for the apocalypse. I'm not worried about that. What I need is ammunition so that I can continue training through the shortage, because that's what's goofing me up now, because I have ammunition, but I'm reluctant to use it because I can't replace it, for one. And then the other thing is I reload a lot of my 9mm, and right now you can't even get reloading components now, because the progression was, first there was a gun shortage, and then the gun shortage turned into ammo shortage, and then the ammo shortage finally turned into component shortage. So primers, I found out when I was looking around that there's, I think, 4 companies that make primers in the United States. So you can't find small pistol primers anywhere in the United States, which is interesting because I found Canadian companies that had allegedly had plenty of small pistol primers, but they don't ship to the United States. So it's weird, but you have to think about all that kind of stuff. And so you need to determine, okay, how much do you need? And, the first thing, and that answer is different for everybody, but the first thing is to determine, well, how much do you shoot? Because I think the goal should be to be able to go through a shortage that lasts a year or more, and to be able to shoot and train regularly through that shortage and not have to worry about it. So that's kind of the...
So if you shoot 100 rounds a month for training, if you go to the range once a month and go through a couple of boxes, then you need 1,200 rounds.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. Find out how much you shoot a month, multiply that by 12, you'll know what you need.
Yeah.
And there were things, I've seen different gun writers writing about this, and there were estimates anywhere from 6 months worth of ammunition to one guy was saying you should have 10 years worth
10 years
on hand, which I thought was a little high, but
it seems high.
For myself, I was thinking about, okay, normally I'll shoot about 10,000 rounds of 9mm a year, and then less of different calibers. For me, I think I'd be comfortable with maybe 3 or 4 years worth of ammunition. So I have a goal anyway to shoot for.
And you're adding on to the house, when?
Well, it's funny. I just bought a new cabinet for my ammunition. So now I've got 2. And now, for the first time, because I had to move everything around, I actually know how much I have, and I know what that looks like. And so I know what 3 or 4 years worth will look like, and I got the capacity there. I have the room.
Well, I liked your article. I've been getting the question so often in the last 6 months. How much ammo should I have? I just started totally zero, nothing behind this, but 5,000 rounds per caliber. That's what I'm telling people now. So if someone asks me, well, how much should I have? 5,000 per caliber. I don't know. Maybe they should have 6. Maybe they should have 4.
Who knows?
I've decided to settle on 5,000.
Well, it depends on what they do with it.
It does depend on what they do with it. I agree.
If you're not shooting it, if you're just sitting on it, well,
probably don't need as much.
You don't need as much.
But you should start shooting more.
You should shoot a lot more.
Anybody that has more ammo than me, I tell them they're not practicing enough.
Right.
That's my defense.
It was funny, too. There was a little thing on Facebook a while ago about somebody that had 100,000 rounds or something.
Wow.
And the responses from different parts of the country. Like in Texas, they said you're a little short and things like that. But now that I know how much I have and I know what that looks like, I got a pretty good idea of what 100,000 rounds would look like. And it's not as much as it sounds like.
Lenny from the Glock store was sitting on 100,000 rounds on his Facebook. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot of ammo.
Yeah, it's not a lot. All right, let's take a quick break. You ready, Freddie?
Yeah.
This is Gun Owners Radio on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Now, here are your hosts of Gun Owners Radio, Dave Stahl, Joe Drammissi, and Michael Schwartz on The Answer San Diego.
All right, folks, welcome to Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Hey, we want to throw a Facebook shout-out to the Marksmanship Club at UCSD, Lily Reel, and Walter Kane. Thank you very much, folks, and hopefully you hit that share button. All right, PRMI Mortgage. You know, primeres.com/Alpine. That's where you need to be if you're looking to do anything with your home mortgage. Interest rates have dropped, and if you're looking to buy, refi, or maybe considering a reverse mortgage, you need to call our local mortgage guy that you can trust. Call Chris Wiley at PRMI Mortgage. For nearly 25 years, Chris has been helping local San Diegans with all their mortgage needs. Give Chris Wiley a call at 619-722-1303 or primeres.com/Alpine. And I have to tell you, I did it because I was going to do a refi or a reverse mortgage.
Yeah.
He said no.
Why?
He said you don't need to because I been not doubling up, but I add to my payment.
Yeah.
He says you keep doing the way you're doing and you'll be better off. He says so don't even bother.
Wow.
That's taking money out of his own pocket.
Yeah. Well, he's a good dude.
Well, and I just want to
from
throw that little story out there because it's a testimonial.
Yeah, my buddy Chris.
Yeah.
If you're listening, Chris, thanks, buddy.
Yeah, you're the best. With that being said, Mr. Joe Drammissi is going to do a recovery tactical stability kit for Glock. What do you got?
Okay, so I have almost exactly that. I have the Recover Tactical Stabilizer Kit for Glocks. And
is that for people that are a little shaky?
It is. It is. Actually, one of the guys shooting it described it as being like Viagra for guns. He said it kind of stiffens your hand, your arm right up. It works well.
Hey-ho.
So,
hey-ho.
So, anyway, so we have the stabilizer kit here. What you get in the box with this version, there's a number of different options and things. What we have in here is it comes with the actual brace itself. And let's see. There we go.
I see we didn't practice this before we...
We did. And that, specifically for that reason, it didn't work anyway. So you have that, though. It comes with a lanyard in here, which we'll just pull out. Some hardware. It's pretty easy to put together. And then it comes with a little paddle holster as well. So
can you take it out of there?
I can, I think, and actually put it together. There's only one screw. So it comes with a paddle holster. So the way this works, it's a really easy setup. You get all this stuff, plus there's a two-piece charging handle. And what I'm going to have here is I've got my my double-checked that it's clear, empty, Glock 34, as you all can see. And we're going to use that to just work with this. So we have a charging handle that goes on the top of here, and you can see it pops right onto the gun just like that. And then there's a second piece that comes in on the bottom. And what this is for is when you've got this thing in the brace, let's see, let's come back here a little bit. So when you've got this thing in the brace, you put the charging handle on here, and it lets you rack the gun easily. So it lets you grab it and rack the gun easily when it's in the brace. There's two screws that go down through here to secure it. When I was shooting this at the range, I didn't even have the screws in it. It was working just fine. Then I handed it to a friend of mine, and he flipped the things right off of there. So the screws will probably work for you. But the brace itself is pretty easy. It opens up. You can see how it opens here. And when you sit the Glock in, and I'm trying not to flag anybody here with this thing, so you line this up. You line the trigger guard up here in the front. You line the little piece of the, I guess you could call that the end of the beaver tail kind of thing that the Glock has, into the little groove in the back. And then you snap it shut. And if you look on here, you could see how the two pieces come together. So it should come together just like that. And then there's a single screw that they provide that just drops right down into here. And you tighten it up with the Allen key that they provide as well. So let's see if we can do this here. Okay, and now you're ready to go. And there's two ways you can shoot this. So again, I'll point it past Dave here. So you can click it up like this, and you pull it into your shoulder.
Oh, look at that.
And you can line up just like that. The other way is there's a strap here that comes out and straps around your arm, and you could hold it out this way and shoot it.
That's adorbs.
So we tried it out. We took it to the range and had like 5 of us try this out. And all of us pretty much had the same experience. What I did was we set up some targets at 7 yards, at 10 yards, and then we were shooting steels at 15 yards. And shot at all of them without using the brace, just using the gun. Tried it strong hand, tried it support hand, tried it both hands, and then put the brace on and went through and did the same thing. And pretty much all of us noticed a difference. It improved the shooting, actually. I could hit most of those things like that as much as I want to, but I noticed my pattern or my grouping got smaller noticeably when I was using this. And that was pretty much the experience of the other guys that tried it too. So it does what it says it does. It works pretty well like that. A couple of things people noticed, like for me, this works fine. I can get down on this and I can kind of get my eye on that, and I can get good shots off that way. There was another guy that was a little bit taller, a little bit longer arms. It was uncomfortable for him to do that.
So he'd use the strap.
He was thinking, well, the strap is good if you're going to go with one hand. If you're going to shoot out like this, then the strap will hold it here, and it makes it real solid. But for pulling it in, he was saying it would be nice if there was an adjustment here, maybe that you could extend this out. And I'm not sure if they do that because the ATF, there was a big deal with these braces, right? And I just saw from Firearms Policy Coalition, the ATF withdrew their.
They tried to completely redefine the braces for ARs. I think it was specific to ARs, but they withdrew all that. They really tried to basically redefine the whole thing and turn a bunch of people who bought them legally into felons overnight.
And this doesn't mean that's gone. It just means they're regrouping and they're
going to wait till January 21st. I'm sure. Hey, so can you collapse? Is there a little push button collapse on that? Or
there is.
It looks like there's a little knuckle there.
So there's a button here. This collapses.
Oh.
And it locks in here. And I don't know if you could see this. There's a little paddle holster that comes with it.
Oh, wow.
And this guy just fits right down into the holster like that.
Wow.
So
that's cool.
Somebody really thought this out.
Yeah, it's a fun little thing. I mean, we all have fun shooting it. I don't know how practical it is. If you look on YouTube, some of the guys that do the reviews on there was one guy that was just all tacticaled out. He had the big plate carrier on and everything, and he had it. He was slinging it out of the holster and everything. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun, and it did exactly what it said it did, or it was what it's supposed to do anyway. I'm not sure that you would carry. I don't know that I would carry this around like this, but it depends on what your application is. There was another YouTube guy that was talking about hunting hogs on his property because he's got a big problem with that, and he likes to shoot them with a pistol. He said this is going to be great for him because you could pull it out of the holster pretty quickly. You flip this out, and it comes up pretty fast.
Pretty
if you do it a couple of times, it's pretty easy to use, and it definitely improves the shooting. Like I said, the only criticism, the one guy said it'd be nice if this was longer. Another guy noticed that, and again, he was a smaller guy, so the bigger guy felt that this needed to be a little bit longer, more adjustable. The guy that was a little bit smaller had trouble getting his eye up on his sights. He was thinking that if there was more of a relief from here coming down, if this thing was angled a little bit more on the handle, that would have been better for him.
And it attaches to the rail, but you don't lose your rail. Looks like it's got a little secondary rail there in case you got to put a flashlight or whatever on it.
Yeah, and there's actually the Picatinny rail pieces that come with this. Where are they? Down here. So you can get pieces to go with this where you could mount other stuff on here. And it starts at, the base package is $99.95, I think it is. And for that, you get the brace, you get the charging handle, and I believe you get the holster for that. And then there's different options, and you can get it all the way up to $189, just adding stuff to it. I think what's in this box, I couldn't tell for sure because it just says 2020 on here. But this is probably in the $149 range or something like that for all this stuff. But
that's still a deal.
It works. And like I said, it works really well. One of the other guys, too, that was shooting it noticed that, or was observing that this might be really handy if you're getting older, saying you're losing the hand strength or you have trouble, gripping that and getting good shots. This would be real helpful for people like that because, again, you could still go to the range, you could still shoot your gun and still enjoy what you're doing. It just gives you a little more stability. Same thing if you're shooting, with the one hand with the strap over here. And like I was saying, it was a noticeable difference for all of us. I think 5 of us tried it out, and everybody saw a noticeable improvement just shooting the thing. And they were, for the most part, using my gun. So, I mean, this is my gun I'm familiar with, but everybody else saw an improvement, and it wasn't even their gun they were using. So
interesting.
So, yeah, it's a pretty nice thing. There's another one out there. What was the one?
The Roni?
Yeah.
It does look like it looks like a smaller version or maybe a little bit slicker, not slicker, but slimmer, smaller version or competitor of the Roni.
Yeah, and that's the other one I heard about. I have not tried that one out. This one seems to be well made. It's pretty solid. It was pretty easy to put together. I mean, it's just, for the most part, one screw. And like I said, I was racking on this. If I try it now, I'll probably knock them off. But, I mean, I was racking things like that and just my normal speed with it, and it was fine.
I kind of I just want that part.
I just want the
rack. Yeah.
So
Help me rack my Glock.
You can go to Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube and just put in Recover Tactical, and you can see videos. And
that's what I see. There's probably 7 or 8 different videos on the on their website. If you again look on YouTube, just do a search for videos. You'll see lots of people trying out different things with these. And like I said, it was a lot of fun. It was. It's a great range toy.
Yeah, and now you'll see Joe Drammissi on YouTube.
You may. So
you're on YouTube right now.
I am.
So you're in there.
So I'll be one of those people.
Yes, you will.
But anyway, yeah, this was really fun to shoot. So it was
awesome.
A good thing.
Very good, nice job too. Yeah, and the price is right. So folks, take a look.
It's got the a lifetime warranty, limited lifetime warranty.
Yeah.
They define a couple of things, but yeah, it looks like they'll cover it. It looks like it's well made, and it is definitely fun.
Cool. All right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got a whole lot more right here on Gun Owners Radio on FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
There's more Gun Owners Radio with Dave, Joe, and Michael to come on The Answer San Diego.
It's good to ask for advice.
All right. Looks like everything is good to go.
Fantastic. I can't wait to break her in.
Yeah, definitely, man. Just one last thing, and... Okay, we're all set. I'll see you in 10 days.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's 10 days, not a minute earlier.
10 days?
Yep.
Are you or a family member suffering from AGL? We can help. Visit us at www.stcgo.org.
Gun Owners Radio. FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Our show needs your help. We live in a state where your self-defense rights are quickly eroding. Let us be your voice to help defend and restore the Second Amendment. Help spread the word about the fight. There's 2 easy things you can do. 1, like and subscribe to the show on YouTube, Facebook, Parler, Spotify, the podcast, or whatever way you like to listen to the show. And share the show with as many friends as possible. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, together we will win.
There you go.
All right, who's our special guest?
We have a very special guest. Our next guest is, he was just reelected to the Aliso Viejo City Council. He is a big-time gun enthusiast and just a fantastic guy, Mike Munzing. And here's how you know, by the way, that Mike, the city council member, I talk to politicians all the time. They all tell me, oh, yeah, I'm a big Second Amendment person. Oh, yeah. Mike is a legit gun guy, and here's how you can tell. We just reviewed this Recover Tactical product, and I got a text from him saying he bought 2 of them for Christmas. He loves them. Right, Mike? Are you there?
You got it. Absolutely. I got on the show just a little bit early, and you guys are talking about the Recover Tactical. I was like, I got Flat Dark Earth, thank you. Little FDE, and, that was super cool. Bought one for my brother-in-law, and, figure I'd get one for myself.
Well, that's awesome, man. Merry Christmas. It is fantastic hearing your voice. I'm so glad you're doing well.
So glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. Would you mind if we kicked off the interview with telling everybody what you just went through?
Yeah, no worries. I always say, so glad to be anywhere at this point. But tell them what happened. It's a miracle.
And you actually just won your election after going through, it was double lung transplant, right?
Transplant. About probably 4 or 5 weeks before the election. It was on whatever it works out to be, September 23rd. I got a double lung transplant, and then won my reelection, my third reelection on November 3rd. So about 5-6 weeks. Yep. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Well, we're so happy that you're recovering. I'm so happy to hear from you, man. We were Orange County Gun Owners. We're so proud to endorse you.
I loved it. I called you on that. I was like, hey, what about me, guys? Oh, whoops. So that was funny.
Yep.
I knew that wasn't a problem because I love you, man. You know that. So,
yeah. Absolutely. And you are a legit gun guy. I mean, you train with Taryn Butler. You've been a gun owner for forever. What got you into guns?
Well, I was always a conservative. Always loved. It's going to sound like a weird connection, but somebody handed me a gun. I apologize, guys, that I had a bronchoscopy on Tuesday, and they took a lot of biopsies, so my lungs are still a little weird talking.
That's okay, man. You're doing great.
It takes a while. Yeah, so I'm doing really good after 3 months on Tuesday or Wednesday. But we're doing solid. But I always loved the whole. There are no guns allowed in my house. My dad was a minister, and it was one of those weird scenarios that no alcohol, no guns. I mean, how much fun can you have with no alcohol, no guns? Come on, seriously. So but when somebody let me try a BB gun, I found I was pretty good, and I think I went to some, church camp where they had BB guns, and I was knocking off, Coke cans like nothing. I go, this is cool, but then I kind of got away from life happened and got away from it, and then probably 12, 13 years ago, a buddy of mine invited me over to On Target in Orange County down in Laguna Niguel, and I think, what was that? Was it a Beretta? I'm not sure what he had. I don't even know. But got a picture of me with it. But that was the first day that kind of started the passion, and then I guess you might call it the obsession. And what happens is I've been a juggler since I was 7 years old. I've done a lot of juggling, a lifetime of juggling, which is weird, I know. But what you find is that hand-eye coordination really translates, and the practice translates, in that you can't juggle unless you spend hundreds and hundreds of hours practicing. And so I do that. Since the surgery, sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
Got to let my new lungs catch up.
Good.
But since the surgery, they've not allowed me to shoot yet. But I'm probably heading out to Taryn's range next week. So I've got one of the, if you haven't promoted the next level training cert pistols, you got to tell everybody's got to get. Those are, if you can afford it, they're what, $350 for the base model, or you can get a plastic one for probably $249. But I got the green laser. Well, but it's a laser. It's a full size, full weight. I've got the Glock 17, but it's a laser pistol that with a really light trigger, and it is fantastic for 3-gun training. So nice. I've been working out those muscles, and I'm getting 800 to 1,000 trigger pulls a day in right now. My forearms are getting all, vascular. My right forearm, not my left, but because I'm probably heading out to shoot Karen. If I can't shoot fast, it would be an embarrassment. So
how
would be an embarrassment.
How is it now? You were into guns before you ran for city council, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what? How's it been being a gun guy on a city council in California?
Well, I've been called. Let's layer on the fact I'm a conservative, straight, married, white guy. So in this last era we've been through, what does that make me? Racist, homophobic, sexist. I mean, every name in the book is thrown at me all the time. And a gun, a right-wing gun nut. And I'm like, yeah, so what's your point? I have a passion for guns. I know that is what our freedom is based on. I also know that training is what keeps us safe and keeps everyone safe, because without the training, everybody's dangerous. So it's, you got to train and know what you're doing. And, you got to mentally, because I also conceal carry. So been a big proponent, and most people keep that real quiet. But as a politician, I want more people to, and I've gotten a lot of people to sign up to conceal carry, because it's what keeps us free. And I'm in Orange County, which is great.
Yep.
So Sheriff Barnes is fantastic.
Yep.
I'm close friends with Melissa, who runs the program, and they've been real good with me, because I've, just for the audience to know, I was literally weeks from dying. Yeah. And in early September, I was checking out, and I got on a transplant list down in San Diego. Thank you, San Diego, and UCSD, and I had no business getting those lungs, man. I was low on the list, and I was going to die. I was going to be one of those statistics of dying on the list, but miracles happen, and I hate to say, the perfect donor passed away, but it was like we lined up almost perfectly. His lungs were a little bigger than my other ones. My other ones were pretty much crap, but for my whole life they were never good. So I just feel so blessed to have big, healthy new lungs. I can blow the numbers off the charts, and it's really exciting.
Well, God bless the donor, and God bless the doctors that took care of you, and we're so happy that you're.
They don't tell you anything about the donor, but I pray for his family every day, and pray that God gives him comfort, and it's a loss, and it's horrible, but thank you, Lord, that I've been blessed, and just try to really take this responsibility heavily. It's a heavy responsibility, and that's why I work out every day. I walk every day, and not gaining the weight, but I'm gaining the strength, and it's been amazing. It's been amazing, and I'm looking forward to shooting again. As the doctor gave in and finally said, "Okay, no shotguns." Okay, no shotguns.
No shotguns.
No shotguns. No shotguns. I agree. They cut me open. They cut me in half practically, and my sternum is still wired together, and that doesn't heal for almost a year.
Yeah.
So,
jeez.
Yeah, shotgun will do some damage, but doing having fun with my
and you do. I mean, like I said, you do a lot of training. One of the things that I was really impressed by is you actually hold training for other elected officials, right?
I hold events for other elected officials. In my 2020 event, what I want to do is because I'm outspoken, I'm a big, loud personality. I'm on the executive board and elected to the Orange County Republican Party as an executive to the Central Committee, and so everybody wants to be endorsed by the party. Right. So that's the nice thing, is that everybody running for office at every level has to come to us and ask, "Hey, will you endorse us? Will you endorse?" Which gives me an access to a lot of candidates, and I immediately go to, "Where are you on Second Amendment?" One guy was running, and I think that registration's okay. You're out. You're gone. You're done. No thank you. No endorsement for you. And I'm a little worried. I mean, I know Michelle Steele is fantastic with guns. If not, she's a good friend. I'll take care of that. But a little worried about young Kim and Congress up there. She says, "Oh, I don't shoot," but I'm like, we'll work on that. So what I've done and put together last year, that sadly it was scheduled in 2020. It was scheduled for March 14th. I had to remember because, mind you, it's been a bad year for me. I came out of a fairly major stomach surgery on February 14th. So it was scheduled 1 month later. I was well enough to do it, but by that point, the lung disease had started eating me up. And but it's been a rough year, we'll say. So got my stomach fixed, got my lungs fixed. I'm golden now. But at that point, it was at a private ranch in South Orange County, and the owner of the ranch is a big gun advocate. I actually met him and through Congressman Rohrabacher, who is a big gun guy. So I love Congressman Rohrabacher because that's how I met this guy. I met Taryn Butler through Congressman Rohrabacher. I met Eric Prince from Blackwater. I met all kinds of people through Congress, through Dana Rohrabacher, but now he's moved to Maine. But I made sure I've kept those relationships as best I can, and really flourished that relationship with Taryn Butler. He and I are like brothers now, and it's just such an honor to have him as a friend. He's great.
Well, Mike, I can't tell you how happy we are. I really wanted people to hear about you. Orange County is lucky to have someone in an elected position, in a position of power, that's so pro-Second Amendment. I'm so happy that you're on the mend and feeling better, and I look forward to working with you and Orange County gun owners and doing everything we can to make sure that Orange County stays pro-Second Amendment. And I just think the world of you, and I think you're doing a fantastic job, Mike.
Thanks. And I've got another event coming. I've got to wait till this COVID thing, and I'm a little healthier, which I will be. So in spring, I should be putting a big elected officials shooting day together. Hopefully I have 25 elected officials. A lot of them have never shot, because we all know once you go out shooting once, it becomes an addiction. It's just fantastic.
That's right.
All right, Mike.
It is wonderful.
Mike
All right,
Munzing from the Aliso Viejo City Council. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, Michael. Bye-bye.
All right, that's absolutely amazing. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a quick break, because the most popular segment on Gun Owners Radio is coming up next. Stump My Nephew, right here on Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1, AM 1170.
The Answer.
We are so proud to have the Firearms Policy Coalition as a partner. Firearms Policy Coalition has been on fire, filing a ton of lawsuits here in California and across the nation to protect your Second Amendment. Together, we are working on all levels to restore your self-defense rights, so we need you to join Firearms Policy Coalition now. People, they are making things happen. FPC just filed a petition for the Holloway versus Barr case to be heard by the Supreme Court. This could be the first Second Amendment case heard by the Supreme Court in over a decade. They need your help. Become a member today by visiting the website at firearmspolicy.org. All right, Stump My Nephew, Sam the Gunman.
Sam the Gunman.
Sam, are you there?
Yep, how are you guys?
Doing awesome. This question is from Sally from South Park. You want to do the question?
Go for it, Dave.
Yes, the question is, oh, yes, I know all about the M1.
There you go, right? I thought you liked this one.
The M1 carbine shoots the moderate power 30 caliber cartridge. The M1 carbine was actually made to replace what for American troops during World War II and the Korean War?
Good question. The M1 carbine was designed to replace primarily the M1911A1 pistol.
Well, of course it was.
That's right. That's a tricky question because an M1 carbine is what? It's a rifle.
Right.
It's a long arm.
So why did they do that, Sam? Do you know?
Yeah. The M1 carbine, for those of you who don't know, is a relatively compact, lightweight firearm. It feeds from a 15-round box magazine, later 30 rounds, and weighs 5.5 pounds or so, very lightweight. And the idea behind it was, okay, we have all these troops like radiomen, mortar crewmen, cooks, things like that, who are issued 1911s, but these people do things other than pulling the trigger for their job. So maybe we should give them that's a little bit easier to shoot if you don't have extensive combat training or experience. So they wanted to give these troops, these support type troops, rear echelon troops, something with a stock that you could fire from the shoulder and that had a longer effective range, and that was the M1 carbine.
Ta-da!
How about that?
You did awesome.
So what was the success? How is a M1 carbine, was it a success? Did they do well? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, they actually made something like 6 million of them, more than they made M1 rifles. And having shot one myself, I can attest to its pleasant handling characteristics.
I know when I was in the Army in Korea, everybody fought to try to get a carbine, and we never got them. We got those 5,000-pound M1s.
This was back when you were fighting in the Korean War?
I was on the military. I was on the DMZ back in 1967, 68.
Oh, that was a little later.
A little Geneva Convention action there. We weren't allowed ammo. Each company, the company commander had 5 rounds of 9mm. We carried guns with no ammo.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, just because of the Geneva Convention.
Because of the,
But I had a 56-ton tank retriever, so that was fine.
So the 30 cal that the M1 carbine shoots, that was designed for the M1 carbine?
Yes, it was. The cartridge was actually designed before and concurrently with the firearms to shoot it. There was a trials program going on between several different manufacturers who created prototypes and competed to have their own prototypes accepted as the M1 carbine. The proposal that was selected came from Winchester. The cartridge itself was supposed to provide power sort of on par with that of .357 Magnum. So it's small for a rifle round, but it is no slouch in terms of stopping power, especially modern loads using something like an FTX bullet, something that expands really well. And it's going about 2,000 feet per second out of the muzzle, so a hollow point does work well out of it.
I've seen a revolver that was chambered for that round. It's kind of a little specialty firearm. I don't know do you know of any other firearms?
There have been a handful. I think Ruger has made in the past a Super Red Hawk or a Bisley or something in .30 carbine. There have been a couple attempts at a 1911 platform pistol in .30 carbine, and I think one of the various Automag iterations was chambered for .30 carbine. But handguns in .30 carbine have never really caught on because, as I just said, 357 Magnum does the same thing, and it does it with a lot less noise and report out of a shorter barrel like that. The round was designed to be fired out of an 18-inch barrel, and so if you shoot it out of something that short, it tends to get loud and unpleasant, or so I've heard.
Yeah, that's whose gun that was, Joe. The 30 caliber revolver, the 30 caliber carbine revolver. It was City Councilman Scott Sherman from San Diego.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had an event and he brought it and said, "Hey, you ever seen one of these?" No, I haven't.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Winchester M1 carbine, 30 carbine. The starting bid is $1,495.
Yeah, they're probably a little cheaper back in 1945.
Yeah, you think? All right, Sam. Excellent job as usual.
Thanks very much for having me on. Always a pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
Good job, buddy. If you have a question for Sam, if you want to try to stump my nephew, you could win a hat if we use your question, or you could win a lifetime of training by Front Sight.
Wow.
We'll get you a Front Sight membership if you can actually stump my nephew.
All right, buddy. Thanks a lot. Say hi to the family.
They're right here. Good night.
Good night now. All right, folks. January is Female and Firearms Month. You may not have known that.
I knew it.
And if you knew, yeah, that's right. You're married to one. And if you know a female firearm owner, please tell them to tune in to Gun Owners Radio. We will be talking about Not Me SD, the DC Project, Tactic Gal. So share the show with your gal with a gun or gal that wants a gun. We'll make sure they get connected with the right sources. It's an amazing program. All right. Hey, if you're listening on YouTube or any of our podcasts, do us a favor, smash that like and subscribe button and share the show with your friends. And please support all our great sponsors like San Diego County Gun Owners, $10 a month. How could you beat it?
You can't beat that.
You can't beat it. I mean, you can't buy lunch. You can't buy breakfast for $10.
I'll tell you how you can beat it.
How you can beat it?
Pay $100, and that gets you the whole year. See
Boom.
that? $10 a month or $100.
And if you're any kind of a mathematician, that just saved you $20.
There you go. So we just beat it.
I know. Didn't even have to take my shoes off. U.S. Law Shield, Cali Key, the Dillon Law Group. Don't make a move without talking to the Dillon Law Group. Firearms Policy Coalition. Seal 1. You want your guns clean? Seal 1's the way to go. PRMI Mortgage for honest assessment of your financial needs. And National Concealed Carry Association. Can't thank Michael Schwartz, Joe Drammissi, Sam the Gunman, our digital master, Brendan Thomas, and our great videographers in the box, which we're not going to let out.
Yeah, don't let them out of the box.
No. So
that was a cool show.
What do you got next week?
Next week, got all kinds of stuff. It's going to be another fantastic show.
It's a surprise.
Another really big show.
Really big show.
Really big show.
I'm pretty stoked about this
toy.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. It's fun to shoot.
Now, what was that? The gentleman from Orange County. What was that practice pistol he was talking about? Did you write that down? Because that sounds. I
didn't write it down. He was talking about some kind of laser.
The laser pits.
Yeah.
Oh no. Yeah, I heard what he said.
That down. I thought for sure you could, because I know how much you love to train and practice.
Yeah,
and you can save ammo.
If I can do 1,000 trigger pulls a week like he's doing, that's impressive.
And you're not using ammo; you're using a laser.
No, that's impressive. Dry fire discipline is what that is.
Well, that just means he's gone.
How amazing is that, though? And I can't tell you how important. I mean, you listen to him talk about. He's talking with people that are elected into Congress. He's doing all kinds of stuff. That's why it's so important to focus on local. Here's a guy who just said, "Hey, I need to run for my city's council."
Yeah.
But happens to be pro-gun. We need a lot more gun owners, guys that really, really have a passion for this thing, to run for city council, get involved, get connected, and then they're hobnobbing with, like he said, the Central Committee, each party has its own Central Committee, Democrat, Republican. The Central Committee is such an important thing. He gets to talk to every single candidate. So he's just people ask me, well, what's some city council member going to do with the Second Amendment? He gets to talk to every candidate in Orange County who wants to run, and he gets to say, hey, you're either pro Second Amendment or you're not. If you're not, you're out.
And here's
it's
a
crucial.
guy that didn't grow up in the gun world.
Yeah.
They were forbidden in his house.
Yep.
I mean, it just goes, this man has a path. I mean, somebody's got a path planned for him to have double lung surgery, a stomach surgery, and he's definitely got.
And he's out on the range next week.
Yeah, he's on a mission. No shotguns. We're not allowed a shotgun, but he's on a mission, and we are so happy to have him on the show, and we will definitely keep in touch with him. And can't thank you guys enough. Hope you all had a good Christmas, and our New Year's is going to be even better.
Excellent.
Hopefully the prom will be going off next year.
May 1st. May Day.
1st. Be there, be square. All right, folks. Hey, don't forget, Bob Siegel is in the house. We've been waiting for him to come on. Now I've just got to figure out how to get AM on my press car, so I can enjoy Bob Siegel right here on the Gun Owners Radio, FM 96.1 AM 1170.
The Answer.
Gun Owners Radio, fighting to preserve and restore your Second Amendment right. Learn more about Gun Owners Radio and how to become a guest or sponsor by visiting gunownersradio.com. Join Dave Stahl, Joe Drammissi, and Michael Schwartz every week at this same time as they talk guns and Second Amendment rights. Have fun while staying informed and getting involved. This has been Gun Owners Radio on The Answer San Diego.